Good evening, boys and girls. It's time for another bedtime story with Miss Alonso. I know the past several hours has been really difficult for many people who have been without power, without Wi-Fi and cable, and I know that that's been very hard. So I do hope that this can bring you some peace of mind as we're getting ready to have our other little storm come through. Hopefully it's just some thunder and some rain. And then after that, we'll get back to some beautiful sunshine. That's my hope. So since spring has brought so much trouble, I decided we are going to pretend to slide back into winter because we didn't really get to have a fun winter. We barely got any snow. So I thought this story can take us back to another season when things were a lot more normal, even though we didn't have a lot of snow. And this is a different version of a story that you are very familiar with. I read you a different version of this story, and this one is another version, and I think you will like it because it has a neat little twist to it at the end. This story is called Little Red Gliding Hood, and Miss Alonso will do her best to make sure that this uploads this evening. I know we've got some thunderstorms, so I will do my very best to get that up there. I hope you enjoyed this story. It was winter, and the river winding through the enchanted forest was frozen solid. A girl raced down to the river's edge and laced up her skates. Then she swizzled and twizzled across the ice. Look at that big, beautiful castle. And those snowy mountains. And here she is. She's swizzling and twizzling across the ice. She did fancy figure eights, lovely loops, and willowy waltz jumps. Her spins were superb. Everyone called her. Look at her do all of her tricks along the ice. Do you see that dragon sleeping up there by the tower on the top up here? What a beautiful place. That looks like Jack and the Beanstalk. Everyone called her Little Red Gliding Hood. Look at her long winter hood. And I love her ice skates and her outfit. How cute. Little Red skates were worn in and worn out, no longer snow white and a little too tight. She frowned at the creases and crumbles. Soon she wouldn't be able to use them to skate to Grandma's. She went there every Sunday. Oh my, yes. Her skates are in pretty rough shape and it does not sound like they fit anymore. No more visits with Grandma? Little Red couldn't imagine. She swizzled down the river and saw a flurry of friends gathering beneath a banner. There's her friends down here, and they're carrying some sort of banner. I wonder what it says. Oh, slippery slush! I've got to win! A pair skating competition. The prize, brand new skates. But Little Red needed a skating partner. The dish danced with the spoon, and Hansel spun Gretel like sugar. Look at this. Those are beautiful skates. That's the prize for the pair skating competition. Now she has to find a partner. The dish and the spoon, Hansel and Gretel are together, so she's got to find someone too. Too cold. Little Red had no one. She asked each of her friends. Little Boy Blue just shivered and quivered. The 7 dwarfs were more interested in passing the puck around. Old MacDonald slipped and fell. Ee-ah, ouch! Little Red shook her head. None of these partners would do. Look at Little Boy Blue. He is very cold. And the 7 dwarfs, I think, are having their own competition. And poor old MacDonald. I'm glad he did not fall on his pitchfork. That would have hurt. Maybe Grandma could help find a partner. Little Red whisked off to Grandma's cottage, skating swiftly to avoid the big bad wolf. So even during the winter, she has to be careful as she goes through the woods. But the ice helps her glide quickly to Grandma's. Over the river and through the woods, to Grandma's house I go. Here she goes. Look at Grandma's cute little cottage. It looks nice and warm too. Little Red arrives safely. "Oh, slippery slush," she said to Grandma, slumping into a chair. "I can't find a partner for the skating competition." "How about the gingerbread man? He's very sweet," said Grandma. "But he's much too fast. I can't catch him," said Little Red. "I bet Baby Bear would be just right for you," said Grandma. But Goldilocks thought so first. "The 3 little pigs just moved into the brick house next door. You should ask one of them." So Grandma and Little Red Gliding Hood are enjoying a hot cup of cocoa and warm cookies. And Grandma is helping her think of who could be her partner. It sounds like the 3 little pigs are all in the little pig that built the brick house home. So maybe they can be her partner. So Little Red skated to the pig's door. Little pigs, let me in." Someone tapped Little Red on the shoulder. "Excuse me," said the big bad wolf. "I think that's my line." Oh no, look at the little pigs. They are scared. They were trying to hide from the wolf, and Little Red Gliding Hood came to ask them to let her in so she could ask them to be her skating partner. And there is the big bad wolf right behind her. I knew that the 3 little pigs had to watch out for the big bad wolf, and I knew Little Red Riding Hood did, but I had no idea all of them would be together trying to avoid the wolf. Eek, the wolf! Little Red sprinted away. Her worn-in, worn-out laces began to unravel. "Hey, glide back here," yelled the wolf, giving chase. He swizzled and twizzled across the ice. Little Red pushed on faster, but her boots were lopsided and loose. Well, she screams. She's outside of the brick house, so she has to get away. But her skates are in such terrible shape. They've come untied, and she is slipping and sliding all over the place. Do you think she's going to get away in time? I sure hope so. The 3 little pigs are still inside the brick house. "Stop!" yelled the wolf. He steered clear of fallen branches with fancy footwork and sly spins in pursuit of Little Red. Uh-oh, Little Red's skate blew off. "Oh, slippery slush!" Oh, here comes, look at the wolf. He has some moves too. And oh no, Little Red Gliding Hood lost one of her skates. Oh no, I think the wolf is going to catch up with her. The wolf jumped in front of Little Red and caught her. Little Red shivered with fear. Oh no, he's caught her now. Oh, how is she going to get away from his arms? And there's her skate she lost. Oh, you're wonderful. The wolf gently put Little Red down. What? "You're a super skater, but I was trying to warn you, your laces are untied." That's all he was trying to do. Oh, Little Red couldn't believe it. This was the big bad wolf? "Happens to me all the time," said the wolf. "My skates are older than Rip Van Winkle." Little Red stared at his worn-in, worn-out pair, and then she had a grand idea. So he actually saved her, and all he was trying to do was warn her that her shoe was untied. Look, his shoes are worn out too, his skating shoes. The day of the competition, Little Red arrived early. She laced up her worn-in, worn-out skates, hugged Grandma, and stepped onto the ice. Trumpets blared with a fanfare, announcing the official warm-up. But as the competitors swirled and twirled, a dark figure came zooming toward them. A boy cried, "Wolf!" It's like the boy and the boy that cried wolf. Here he comes, but look at how fancy he looks. Here's the big competition about to start. Everyone is with their partners. Grandma is right there. She just hugged her grandma. Here are all the other skaters competing, and then here comes the big bad wolf, and everyone is frightened. But look how handsome he is. He was a really good skater. He was able to catch up with Little Red Gliding Hood and catch her and save her from falling. The wolf frightened little Miss Muffet away. She bumped little Jack Horner into the corner. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Oh no, that's how it happened. And Jack and Jill came tumbling after. Oh no, look at what happened, little Miss Muffet. She took off. Jack Hornet's in the corner. Oh no, you remember? Humpty Dumpty fell, and here's Jack and Jill. What a mess. Skaters skidded and spilled all over. The old woman who lived in a shoe had so many children on the ice, she didn't know what to do. Little Red got mixed up in the mayhem. Help! She cried. Oh, look. Look at all of her children. There's their shoe that they live in. There's Little Red, and she is right in the middle of all the chaos, all the mayhem from everyone being so frightened of the wolf. The big bad wolf raced over. He lifted Little Red high. Look, he swooped in again to save her from the mayhem as she called out help. Look at that lift. Put Little Red down now, the woodcutter warned, grabbing his axe. Oh, slippery slush, said Little Red. He's my partner. The crowd was stunned. It got so quiet, you could hear the ice breeze. Here's the woodcutter. He was trying to go after the wolf. And Little Red had to stop him and say, he's my partner. That was her big idea. All the king's horses and all the king's men put the competition back together again. Music swelled and the pairs took to the ice. They wore flowing costumes and danced on ice like the prince and Cinderella at the ball. In fact, the royal couple were in the competition. Look, there's the prince and Cinderella. I love her skates. Look. Instead of glass slippers, it's glass ice skates. The tortoise and the hare made a splendid pair. Jack Sprat and his wife did too. Look, the tortoise and the hare are getting along. Then Little Red Gliding Hood and the big bad wolf swizzled and twizzled across the ice. Here they go, it's their turn. Gliding side by side. They did fancy figure eights, lovely loops, and willowy waltz jumps. Their spins were superb. No one could believe the big bad wolf was actually good. That's a performance I'll remember happily ever after, cheered Grandma. Look at all their tricks. They just look so good together on the ice. They make a really great team. Who knew? The judges, look at their scores. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. Wow. They blew them away. Whew. They're worn out, or at least the big bad wolf is. The judges whispered. They nodded. They scrawled. They raised a row of perfect tens. Little Red and the big, not-so-bad wolf were named the winners. Look, they each get their own pair of brand new ice skates. They both had worn-in, worn-out skates, and they were still able to have a perfect score in the competition because they made such a great team. Oh my, what big skates you have, said Little Red. The wolf flashed a toothy grin. All the better to glide with you, my dear. How sweet. Now they're gliding on the ice in their brand new ice skates. The end. I love to read this story to my boys and girls, especially the second half of the year. And also, it would be great for the beginning because it really talks about how some characters throughout the entire story that we've read about in the past in different versions or in even the original versions of stories, they tend to be enemies, but in this story, you see where those characters actually have come together as partners, and they are in this ice skating competition. And that is one thing I love, is you see so many different fairy tale stories, princesses, princes, Big Bad Wolf, Little Boy Blue, several characters that you've heard of all come together in one story. So that is why I love this one so much. And of course, I love snow. If you know Miss Alonso loves snow. I love to take my boys and girls outside and try to catch snowflakes on our tongues during the school day if we get to come to school and it starts snowing. That's one of my favorite things to do. And we did get to do that a little bit this year. So I am thankful for that. But I am missing wintertime and Christmas and being together with my boys and girls in our classroom and enjoying that season together. I know I'm sad we don't get to enjoy spring together, but hopefully in the fall we'll get to come back together and just continue to make great memories. And fall is the perfect weather in my opinion. So I cannot wait to see all my boys and girls again and enjoy that nice, cool, crisp weather without all these thunderstorms. But I do hope that this brought a smile to your face as I read and you heard all the different characters and you couldn't believe, if you were like me, that they actually were friends, like the tortoise and the hare. And I do hope that you have a wonderful evening. I hope that you have sweet dreams. Remember, do not be scared of that thunder. Just cuddle up with a nice book, read with flashlights, or you can watch a movie, have a movie night with popcorn in the living room, or all snuggled up together with your family, and just soak it in, make it fun. I hope that you have very sweet dreams, and I cannot wait to read to you tomorrow when we don't have to worry about electricity. I can do something a little extra special for you. I love you, boys and girls. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. Good night.